คุณรู้สึกไหมว่าคนสมัยเนี้ยอยากประสบความสำเร็จเร็วอยากมีอิสรภาพแต่กลับเชื่อว่าความสำเร็จถูกออกแบบมาสำหรับคนเก่งเท่านั้นแต่คุณรู้ไหมว่าวัยรุ่นธรรมดาคนหนึ่งที่ไม่ได้มีอะไรพิเศษมากกว่าคนอื่นๆก็เป็นเจ้าของบริษัทระดับโลกได้บิล ไฮเนกี้คือหนึ่งคนนั้นที่เริ่มต้นเส้นทางสู่ความสำเร็จในวัยแค่17 ปีคุณบิลคิดยังไงเริ่มต้นทำธุรกิจตอนเด็กขนาดนั้น
Actually, I started working when I was much younger, when I was around 14, and working in advertising part-time while I was going to school. And then when I left school here in Thailand, I started the first company was selling advertising space. And later we went into office cleaning, just out of school trying to make a living because I didn't want to go to university. And I was just starting with no capital and no money and very few employees, just 2 or 3.
ต้นทุนก็ไม่มีคนก็น้อยแล้วจะไปต่อยังไงล่ะครับ
I think, the one that I tell everyone is that we're all given the same number of hours in a day. We're all given 24 hours. It's how you spend the 24 hours that really says how well you do.
เพราะงั้นถ้าคุณใช้เรื่องเหล่านี้เป็นข้ออ้างแล้วก็คุณก็จงย่ำอยู่ที่เดิมต่อไปคุณบิลเดินหน้าสร้างธุรกิจให้บริการทำความสะอาดสำนักงานและบริษัทโฆษณาที่ได้กลายเป็นบริษัทเอเจนซี่โฆษณาที่ใหญ่ที่สุดในประเทศไทยณเวลานั้นก่อนที่เอเจนซี่ชื่อดังระดับโลกอย่างโอกิวีแอนด์มาเธอร์จะเข้าซื้อกิจการ
So they were 2 very good little businesses that were started out, and it gave me a chance to learn to sell and learn to work hard. You have to learn to sell yourself or your ideas. And many people say when they're joining our company that I'm not a salesman, so I can't sell. And I say I think you can sell because probably you had a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you had to convince them to like you. If you needed a car loan, you may have had to convince the bank. So everyone in life must learn to sell their ideas, sell what their dream is.And I decided to make Thailand my home. We bought a property that was a very nice property in Pattaya, which was a small resort. Well, I didn't have the opportunity to start in Bangkok. My opportunity started in Pattaya, so that's what I was given. That's what I would make a success of. So you have to do what is offered you and then prove yourself from there. So in life, you often have to play with the cards that you're dealt with. So we started from that very small beginning of just one hotel in Pattaya. And because we could succeed in the most difficult market first, in Bangkok, it was a very much easier market than Pattaya. One thing can lead to another thing if you're open to it, if you keep your ideas and your mind open. You have to do things sometimes step by step. Sometimes you don't realize what you're building. First step was just to open one and be successful, and then open a second one and be successful, and then a third and a fourth. And when you do it that way, you have very steady progress, and many people tend to look at things from a very big picture. I always analyze things from a small picture.
คุณเชื่อไหมคนส่วนใหญ่จะรอกับโอกาสใหญ่ๆแล้วมองข้ามโอกาสเล็กๆรอบตัวไปอย่างไม่ใยดีแต่ใครจะรู้ว่าโอกาสเล็กๆอาจเติบโตต่อยอดสู่โอกาสใหญ่ๆก็ได้คุณว่าจริงไหม
Don't do anything that you're not passionate about. If it doesn't encourage you to get up every morning and be so excited about it, then you're doing the wrong thing. I think one of the very early things that we did was again in the food business, and we looked at opportunities there because when I went to America on vacation or with my parents, I always missed burgers and pizzas and ice cream. So one of the things that I dreamed about at that time was bringing those things to Thailand. We also apply that to our food business, to our retailing business, to our hotel business.
ทำไมต้องเป็น3ธุรกิจนี้ล่ะครับ
Do things that help you to keep learning. Lifestyle teaches us a lot about how to retail the different colors, how to display things, and those are the same things that are important in a restaurant, how you display your food and things of that nature. Fill the void, looked at something that was missing that wasn't there, and we did it in that manner. So that was sort of an entrepreneurial spirit that we started with.
แล้วไมเนอร์ก็ถือกำเนิดขึ้นเต็มตัวจากธุรกิจทั้ง3แขนงว่าแต่ชื่อไมเนอร์มาจากไหนนะคุณบิล
My lawyer at that time said to me, "Are you still a minor?" Which means that you're not yet 18. And I said, "Yes, I'm still under 18." He said, "Well, then that should be the name of your company, Minor." It's inspired a lot of people. I think when they know the story of how Minor started, that you can start an impossible dream with at the age of 17. Had I been over 18, it might have been major.
แล้วเป็นแค่เด็กจะไปทำอะไรได้
It's true. The key thing there was the fact that everyone doesn't have confidence when you're young.
เอ้าแล้วทำไงล่ะครับ
Part of my job was to try to look older.
ฮะคุณบิลแบบนี้ก็ได้เหรอ
To act older. I got married at 18. To look older. I grew a beard. So sometimes it's all about appearances and how you look and how you behave that gives away to the success and the opportunity.
แต่ก็อย่างที่ทุกคนรู้แหละครับความสำเร็จมันไม่ได้ง่ายขนาดนั้นมันมีวิกฤตเกิดขึ้นได้เสมอปี 2001 พิซซ่าฮัทแบรนด์ที่ไมเนอร์ทำการตลาดในไทยมากว่า 20 ปีหมดสัญญาลงเป็นจุดพลิกผันที่ทำให้ไมเนอร์ต้องสร้างแบรนด์ใหม่ใน 45 วันใช่ครับฟังไม่ผิด 45 วัน
We really had no choice but to create our own brand and we had a very limited time to do that and to come up with a brand that we thought would be better than Pizza Hut and the name of the company is Pizza Company which was the name of the operator before. Pizza Hut is a very good brand. We built it very hard and it's been operating here in Thailand for over 20 years. So then with this, we launched the pizza company with the objective that we wanted to be the most successful brand. And because many people expected us to fail, we were working even harder to make the impossible come true. Pizza company is a new brand. It had no history. It had never been in the market before. So what built its success was the people. And just because you have a good brand name, like Pizza Hut or there's many great brands in the world today, doesn't guarantee you success. It depends so much on the people behind the brands who are really building it. And that's what we discovered. So today, you've seen what Pizza Company has become. And today, we're the market leader in Thailand. And we're also one of the leading brands around the Middle East and Asia.
Miner ชื่อที่ฟังดูจะสวนทางกับการเติบโตที่มีจุดเริ่มต้นมาจากคนหนุ่มวัย 17 คนธรรมดาที่ไม่ได้มีอะไรพิเศษผ่านเวลากว่า 50 ปีสู่เวทีระดับโลกดูกันมาจนถึงตอนนี้แล้วอยากรู้กันใช่ไหมว่าอะไรคือทางลัดสู่ความสำเร็จของคุณบิลพร้อมจะฟังกันแล้วใช่ไหมอ่ะ3 2 1
I haven't found any easy ways to make money or be successful.
อีกแล้วเหรอคุณบิล
Always takes hard work. You know, and many of the things that I do, I learned to fly so that I could explore more countries. You know, with my own plane. I learned to go diving and I've dived all over the world and that helped me to find great locations for new hotels like the Maldives. There's always a new challenge. There's always a new country to discover. There's always something else to do. And I think that as long as you have that feeling that there's some other challenges left, something else to do, then it's very easy to carry on.
ทำอะไรเยอะแยะขนาดนี้คุณบิลไม่กลัวล้มเหลวบ้างเหรอ
Yes, I was afraid of failure many times and had many sleepless nights. You have to know that there's always risk in everything you do. Just the natural thing to do is to take a risk. It's very important that someone takes ownership of failures so that everyone can learn from it. So I remember once when we launched a chicken that failed and one of our leaders, Paul Kenny, came to me and said I would like to resign and I said why? He said because we lost so much money with the failure of this roast chicken project.
อุ๊ยถ้าคุณเป็นคุณบิลจะทำยังไงอะ
And I said, well, that's great, but now you've learned so much. I want you to stay and make it back the money for us. He stayed and he helped us to grow a great deal more. And you have to be willing to fail because not every time will you be successful in life. We've had many failures, but we don't talk so much about them. But nonetheless, we've learned from every failure, moving on to the next opportunity and making sure that that one I've learned from the failure and I can now apply those rules and try to make it right. Each day is a new day. It's a fresh start. So nobody remembers the past. They only remember today and the future. And nobody remembers who came second or third. They only remember who won. So it's very important to try and win. If you really don't want to win, then you're not going to be successful.
อ่ะมันไม่แปลกนะครับที่เราจะล้มเหลวบ้างเพราะมันเป็นส่วนหนึ่งของความสำเร็จยิ่งเราล้มเหลวเท่าไหร่เราก็จะเข้าใกล้ความสำเร็จมากขึ้นเท่านั้นคุณว่าไหม
So many people expected for me to fail. They didn't expect us to be successful. And that inspired me to try to work harder, try harder, to be a success. So for me, it was all about going against the odds and showing that you can do the impossible.
ไม่จำเป็นที่คุณจะต้องเก่งไม่ต้องเป็นคนพิเศษขอแค่คุณมีแพชชั่นในสิ่งที่ทำและทำมันอย่างตั้งใจไม่ล้มเลิกคุณก็สามารถเป็นคนหนึ่งที่ประสบความสำเร็จและสร้างในสิ่งที่เป็นไปไม่ได้ให้เป็นไปได้
Probably a Whopper. I'm afraid I'm a sucker for chocolate. I like the soy garlic chicken. Come and see what a real salad bar is. Okay. I'm going to get my staff to put this in a bag and I'm taking it with me.